everyone, hope you're doing amazing today. We're doing really well, thank you. My name is Carolina Fonseca Jimenez. I focus on doing children's books that promote love, unity, and peace. And as you know, we also interpret dreams. The reason that we do that is because when we interpret our dreams, we are connecting with our subconscious, and when we share them, we connect with one another on a more profound level. So guys, in this video, we're going to interpret 3 dreams. Before I do that though, I just want to thank you. You all have been sending some wonderful messages still for my birthday, and then just in general, your messages have been very, very sweet and very thoughtful. So I appreciate them very much. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get started with our dreamers. I have been using my dream journal to write down those extra dreams that we don't get to. And also, I'm kind of keeping record of all of the dreams that come in so that way we can see what our theme is, right? As a community, what our theme is for each month, so that way we can see what are the most common dreams that we're all having here and what are our biggest concerns. I find that it's very interesting. So towards the end of the year, we'll kind of do a recap of what dreams were the most popular, what dreams were the most concerning, etc. So be looking out for that towards the end of December, okay? So our first dream, I really like this one. And I know I say that about a lot of them, but this one I really like, and you'll find out why in just a bit. So, okay, this dreamer says that she sees herself in her dream and that she's in the water, and she has like the water up to her neck right here, and that she's not fearful or anything, but the water is up to her neck and she doesn't actually know how to swim, okay? But in this dream, she actually attempts to swim. She's attempting to swim, and then later she's like, oh no, I actually can't swim, my bad. And then because she realizes that, she's like, well, I'm just gonna move forward. So she just starts walking forward within the water. And as she's walking forward, she sees people surrounding her, and then she sees one friend and she waves at her friend and just says hello, okay? I asked her how she was feeling because, as you know, guys, our feelings, our emotions during the dream are the key to understanding what our dream really means, okay? So she says that she was actually feeling pretty good. She was feeling good, she was feeling calm, kind of happy. She was kind of happy to be seeing everyone and to be walking in the water. So, okay, this dream is fascinating because it's really great. It's letting us know right now that even though our dreamer doesn't know how to swim or anything like that, she's making attempts to move forward in life. She's being creative about what is presented to her, okay? We know this because in her dream, she's surrounded and completely like submerged in the water. And as you know, whenever we dream about water, a lot of the time, it's a representation of our emotional state. We know that the water was calm, but we know that the water was up to her neck. So right now it's letting us know that she's very connected with her emotions, okay? She's very submerged in them. She's very connected with them, but she's not fearful of them, okay? We know that she's not fearful because during the dream, she says she feels calm and she's enjoying being in the water. So this is a wonderful message because this is letting us know that the dreamer is enjoying making that emotional connection with herself. She's learning a lot about herself, at this moment in her life. We know also that she is looking at problems in her life in a very creative way, okay? The reason that we know this is because in her dream, even though the water is up to her neck, she makes an attempt to swim. Okay, even though she knows she can't swim in her waking life, in her dream world, she makes an attempt to swim. Just that alone is so significant because that is triggering something in the brain saying, even though I can't swim in my waking life, I'm making an attempt here, okay? I'm making an attempt to move forward here. When she finally realizes that she cannot swim, she still walks forward, okay, without fear. She's walking forward in the water. And that is significant within itself also, guys, because remember, what we practice in our dream state is eventually going to reflect itself in our waking life. So this dreamer is totally connected with her feelings right now in a very loving and accepting way. And even though she tries to swim and then realizes she can't, she doesn't let that stop her. She's like, okay, that's right, I can't swim, my bad, but at least she attempted it. And then after that, she's still walking forward within the water. Okay, so that's letting us know that whatever issue or whatever problem is coming at her right now, she's taking it in with loving and calm energy, and she's advancing in life. Okay, and we also know that people are going to be learning from her. The reason that we know that they're going to be learning from her and her experiences is because the people are surrounding her later on. Once she's walking through the water, people are surrounding her, and she even is able to greet a friend. Okay, so this lets us know that as she continues in her life process and kind of in this growth stage for her, as she connects with her subconscious and her emotions, other people are learning from this dreamer, okay? So dreamer, this is an absolutely beautiful dream because it's letting us know that even though you're connecting with your emotions and sometimes they can seem almost overwhelming, you're handling it beautifully. Okay, you're handling it beautifully. You're even being creative and trying to swim within your dream, right? You're doing things that you normally would not do in your waking life. And this is going to reflect in your waking life. So congratulations, you are moving forward in a wonderful, wonderful way. And also you're being a wonderful example for those around you. So I send you loving energy. Thank you so much for sharing that dream with us. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's move on to our second dream. Our second dreamer says that, Our second dreamer says that he's like attempting to move forward in his dream. He's trying to like walk and then he wants to run. But then all of a sudden he like can't move at all. He can't run, he can't walk. And it's like, even though later he's able to move some, he's like not able to like move as fast as he wants. These dreams are really interesting also. And the reason really is because when you think about it, it's reflecting outward. It's reflecting what's going on in your waking life. So in your waking life, you're obviously going through a certain situation in your life where like you've got a goal in mind, right? You've got a goal and you're like, I'm going to get there. I want to get there and I want to get there fast. Okay, but for some reason there are like these little obstacles, these little annoying obstacles that are getting in the way, and you feel like frustrated because you can't get to them. Okay, and the dreamer lets us know that he wasn't like really frustrated, but he was just really annoyed with this. He was really annoyed because he wanted to go and he wanted to move and he wanted to go faster, but for some reason he couldn't. Okay, so guys, remember, we always want to interpret any dream with loving energy, because when we do it with loving energy, we are interpreting it the correct way and the most loving way, so that way we don't grow fear into ourselves. Okay, the last thing we want to do is increase fearful energy. When we interpret a dream out of fearful energy, we will never get the true interpretation, because that fear is kind of like fog. Okay, it's all this fog and it won't allow you to see the reality within your dream world. So let's go ahead and interpret this dream, with the most loving energy that we can, because a lot of the time when people have a dream like this, they are very fearful because they're trying to move and they're trying to run and they can't. Okay, a lot of people wake up feeling fearful, feeling kind of scared. Okay, but let's interpret it with loving energy. So if we have a dream where we're trying to move forward and trying to run forward, it's simply a reflection of what's going on in our waking life. So if you're feeling annoyed with these little obstacles that are coming in your life, let's just take a step back for a second. Let's take a step back and just see what those things are. What are those annoying things that are coming into your life, and making you think that you can't get to your goal as fast as you like? Because really what the dream is letting us know is just to slow down. Okay, and I know you don't like that, and I know it doesn't feel good to you because you want to go really fast and you want to get there, you want to get to the finish line, but the dream is letting us know, slow down. Okay, there's something we need to see in this moment that we are not seeing because we're trying to fly by, we're trying to get to the finish line. Okay, and that's very common for all of us, right? Because we have like this goal in mind, we have this like dream that we have and we want to get to it so fast, and a lot of the time we don't enjoy the process. So the subconscious is simply letting you know, slow down, it's going to be okay. Look at this moment right now. So if we reflect that outward, let's look at those things, those annoyances that are in our lives right now, and what are we to learn from them? Because there's obviously something we're not learning from them. Okay, if we can enjoy the process, of getting to our goals and getting to our dreams, we're going to learn so many magical things along the way. But if we try to rush through it and just get to the finish line, we're going to miss all of those wonderful lessons that we could be learning to get to the dream. Okay, so simply take a step back. This dream is just letting you know to slow down, look at what's going on around you, and just take a breather. Okay, it's going to be okay. You're still going to get to your goal, but there's something in this moment that we need to learn. So let's just slow down and learn from it, because guess what? If we go through it too fast, you may get to that goal, but you're not going to enjoy it. And then also that lesson that you missed along the way because you were going so fast, it's just going to come after that. Okay, and if you miss it, then it's going to keep coming after you and after you and after you until you learn the particular lesson, right? Because we all have something to learn in this wonderful life that we have. Okay, we are here to learn from one another. So simply take a breather, enjoy what's going on around you, and learn from those little annoyances that you see in your life, because they're here to teach you something. Okay, so thank you so much for sending in your dream. Slow down, you're gonna get to your goal anyways. Okay, I send you loving energy. Now let's go to our last dreamer. Okay, oh, this is cool too. Okay, this dreamer says that he found himself in this really big house, and the house was like beautiful. He really liked how the house looked outside. It was like just stunning to him. And then as he walked in, he started realizing that he didn't know where the heck he was going. He was actually really lost in this house, but it was like his house. He felt it was his house, but he didn't know where to go. He didn't know what to do, and he didn't know where anything was. So this dream is really cool, guys, because remember, whenever we're dreaming about a house, a lot of the time it's a representation of the dreamer, okay? So right now we know that the dreamer is going through a phase where he is very content with himself. He's very content with like external things, okay? We know this because he's looking at the house from the outside and he's like loving how the house looks. He thinks that the outside aspects of it are beautiful, they're stunning and all of these things. So that's a reflection of how you feel about yourself currently, okay? Maybe you're focusing a lot on the physical aspects of yourself, and maybe you're very happy with that, and that's fantastic. That's a really, really, really great thing, okay? Now, another thing to look at, though, is that once he goes into the house, though, he's like, what is this? Like, where is my stuff? Like, I don't know where I am. I feel lost in my own house, okay? That is a very important message because it's simply a reflection of how the subconscious is feeling right now. It's letting us know that even though this dreamer is very connected with his physical self, with those external aspects of himself, he's having trouble connecting with himself, with his higher self, with his subconscious, okay? We know this because in the dream he says that he's frustrated trying to find a way, trying to find his way within his own house, but he can't find it. So that causes frustration, okay? So right now we know that the dreamer, even though he's able to connect with all of these external things and connect with his physical body in a beautiful way, there's something that he feels is missing. And there's that emotional and there's that spiritual connection that seems to be lacking, okay? We know this because as the dreamer tries to find his way in the house, he says that he tries to open one door and another door and another door, but nothing makes sense to him, okay? So simply, just like with the gentleman that sent his dream in right before this, let's take a step back, okay? Let's take a step back because even though we're able to connect with our physical selves and appreciate our body, that's wonderful, that's a beautiful step forward. We also know, though, that there's another part of us, there's that emotional, there's that spiritual part of us that we also need to connect with. And if we don't connect with that, then we're not going to feel completely whole, okay? So dreamer, something that I do that helps me is I meditate a lot. Meditating really helps me kind of become grounded again with myself. Just connecting myself with my breath is a really wonderful way to connect with me again, okay? The real me, okay? And I say the real me because a lot of the time when we're going about this life, we get trapped into this external world of like Black Friday, okay? Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother thing. But like, okay, we go off and then we go shopping. We do this crazy shopping excursion and we're like, yeah, we totally need this. I need to give this person this. And we focus on all these external things. We bring all of those external things home. We're like, this is great. This is fantastic. But then what happens? Those things age out. Those things get boring. We're like left the same way before we had those things. It's that emotional connection that is so dear and to be so treasured, okay? So this dream is simply letting us know that that's something that we all really need to work on, right? Is that even though we're able to connect with these external things, even though our dreamer is able to connect with this external world and connect with his physical self in a beautiful way, he also craves that connection with his spiritual self, with that emotional self, okay? So dreamer, if you do exercise, if you meditate, whatever it is that brings you back to you, back to your real self, back to your calm, loving, and peaceful self, whatever that is, practice more of that, okay? Because your dream is simply letting you know that that's what it's craving. It's craving that connection, that spiritual and emotional connection, okay? So practice a few of those things that help you best, because like I said, for me it's meditation, but for you maybe something completely different. Whatever it is, feel free to share it with us, because you know what, when you do more of that, you connect with yourself. And the most beautiful thing about it is that after you're done making that wonderful connection, guess what? That is going to show up in your dream state, okay? You're going to start having more dreams that are just connected more to yourself, that are more emotional, kind of like our first dreamer, right? The first dreamer having that dream where she's submerged in the water and she's able to do different things within the dream that she doesn't normally do in her waking life. You'll be able to push the boundaries more each and every time, okay? So keep us posted. Let us know how that goes and let us know how your dreams begin to evolve. Because guys, the more that you practice interpreting your dreams, that's the first step. But then saying, what am I going to do with this information, right? When you start doing something about it, it starts to show in your waking life, but also in your dream state, and you start progressing forward, okay? So keep me posted on that. I absolutely love that you sent your dream in. Thank you for sending it in. I always love listening to your dreams because it's a form to really connect profoundly with one another. So this week, guys, we continue to practice what we practice every single day of our lives, and that is connecting with ourselves, so that way we are totally submerged in love, unity, and peace. Because as we know, if we're filled with that energy, that is the energy that we can provide to the world. Oh, and before we go, I want to let you know that next week we're actually going to be going to Siler City to one of the public schools there and reading Lupita and the Magic of Mexico. So I'm very excited to do that. If they allow us to take pictures, I will post them later. Okay, guys, I send you a huge hug. I send you loving energy, and we will be in contact. Okay, bye, guys.